Hello and welcome to episode 5 of my ARK tutorial series. This episode is going to be on building our first hut and adding extensions to it. Now, forgive me that it's getting dark. I thought, with my torch, hopefully it will remain light enough for you to see what I'm doing. Anyway, now before we can build the structure, we first need to learn the engrams. Now, it's important to note with the engrams, you start off, as you know, with none. And the way it pretty much works with engrams is every 5 levels you will learn a whole new load of engrams. To start with though, at the beginning, I believe you get new engrams as you level up each additional level, but I think starting from about level 10 is when it starts making jumps. So you can see here it says required level and it tells you what required level you need. At the moment I am level 8, so you can see that I've got access to all of these engrams. They started, of course, at when I've gained my first level, it opened up a few, and then at level 5 it opened up some more. But you can see from down here, as we progress, it will jump up every 5 levels post 10. So at 10 we will learn these engrams, be able to learn them, that is. I'm not saying we are going to. And then at level 15 we'll be able to start learning more. And then at 20 it will make the next jump. So there we are. Anyway, for this episode, what we are going to learn is the components to make a structure, which is the thatch foundation, so we'll learn that. The thatch door frame, we will need that. The thatch roof, we will need that. The thatch wall, we will need that. And the thatch door. We will additionally though want to learn the sleeping bag. The sleeping bag basically is not something we will bother making because no one in their right mind would. Why? Because it uses 25 hides to make it and it only has one use, a one-time use. So when you die you can spawn at your sleeping bag, but then after that you can't use it anymore. You only get one respawn. That is why we're going to go on to learn the simple bed, which has unlimited respawns. So, but in order to learn the simple bed, you will see we need to learn the hide sleeping bag. So let's learn that first. And now let's learn the simple bed. And there we are. So I've used up all my engram points, but we have all that's necessary. I would say the only things that are missing at the moment to our structure, which is very important, is the windows. But for now we just need shelter, and with all that we've just learned, hopefully we will now be able to build that. So if we go to the crafting window, you'll now see here's all the items, and for the thatch it's going to use, for the thatch structure, it uses mainly thatch and fibres, as you will see when I hover over them. Wood is used additionally, but that's the main resources that we will be using, especially for the walls and for the foundation. So I've got to make sure that I've got wood, thatch and fibre. So let's have a look. We've got fibre, we've got some wood and we got some thatch. We are, as they say, good to go. Right, now things to take into consideration with your structures. Remember, we're just starting out weak at the moment. We haven't really achieved anything apart from a bit of waffling and going over the different items like the berries and the stats and such like. Now we're going to make our first jump by building us somewhere safe to stay. If this was a very hostile area, you would of course want to do this as quickly as possible, especially so you can put your bed in there and sleep. But because we've only got dodos walking around us here, which we are going to get around to taming one soon, but for now let's talk about the structure. When building a structure, one thing important to bear in mind is slopes are not your friend. When you lay down the foundation, okay, it has to be across flat land, because if you then go over a slope, it won't allow you to add further pieces over the slope. Likewise, if you start building at the bottom of a slope, then you're not going to be able to go up the slope with your structure. So the best thing to do is build your structure on flat land. So let's bring up the foundation to show you. It's all well and good me talking about all this, waffling, but let's actually show you. So I'm going to build, to start with, just one foundation. In fact, let's go for it and build two more. Why not? As you can see, you can queue up a certain amount, or you can click craft all. I only want 3 to demonstrate this to you, so I will craft as 3. Now, what you have to do, once you've made your bits of the structure, you then have to put them into your quick slots so you can place them. So drag and drop to your quick slot. Right, now to show you, to demonstrate, with the foundation you see the ghost appears on the ground, okay, before we place it. Now always place your middle piece in the middle of the flat area. If you place your first piece near the edge, then you will not be able to go any more in the edge's direction. And normally by placing your first one, you will then see, after placing it, now if we go to place another one, and if I stand on top, you will see that any side I choose, we are unhindered, and we can place another bit of our foundation there. Now I'm going to start by just building a one square, if you like, hut, okay, and then we're going to expand it. So that's our foundation built. So now we need 3 walls, a door frame, a door and a roof. So let's get busy. Okay, so we're going to want 3 walls. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to want a door frame, so one of them. And of course we are going to want a door, so one of them. And then, well, we won't make a roof yet, because what we will actually do is build 2 floors to it. The reason for that is some structures that we build will be quite tall, and we don't want them poking up through the roof. So let's have a look and see if it's given us the items that we've made. Yeah. So let's put our walls on first. Let's put them there. And we can drop the door frame there. And the door we can drop just there. We've got enough berries on the go. Okay, if we come out of that. Right, so let's put our walls on first of all. Now, oops, not our spear. We don't want to spear it. Okay, so notice, let's get the torch back out. Notice you can hold the torch while building, so thereby give yourself light in order to see. And also notice how easy it is to place the parts. They snap together. I have to say, in ARK, building is just pure joy. And you can imagine some of the huge buildings we are going to make later on. But look at this, you just go to each side and it will put a ghost there for you to just simply click. So we'll click there. There's our first wall. Let's place another one down there and place another one just there. Okay, so that's our walls. Let's now put a door frame in. So we'll put it just there. And now we need to put a door on. So let's put the door in. And there we are. So we have a rudimentary hut with no roof, because now what we can do is build a second level to it. But I'm not going to build the second level yet, because what would be nice is to show you how you can expand your hut. Because, oh, there's my torches broke. Let's make another one. I'm glad it broke. Right, okay, for tools that you have on in your quick slots, the easiest simple way to remake them tools when they break, As in, you notice down at in the quick slots, in slot 0, you can see the tool has a hammer over it, as in showing it's broken. If I now just press the 0 key, providing I have the materials, it will make me another torch. Without going into the recipes or anything, if it's on your quick slot bar, you just press the corresponding number and it will make that item. So if my pick broke, I only need to press the number 1 and it will make another pick. Anyway, let's shed some light. Right, so this is a small 4-walled, including the door frame of course, hut. If I press the E key whilst over the door, you guessed it, it closes it. And if I go close to the door, you can see that you do get options. If you hold the E key over it, it will bring up all the options that you have. Of course, we don't need to set pin codes or worry about locks because I'm in my own mad little world. So I'm just going to leave it as that. But if I just press the E key quickly, it will open... Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Always have to cough or sneeze, something or other. Anyway, sorry. So if you press the E key, it opens and closes the door. Now, for most starting dinosaurs, especially the little ones around here that are aggressive, just having a door is sufficient. There won't be no huge big dinosaurs or flying birds that can attack me from the sky, so not having a roof on it at the moment is okay, but I'm going to put a roof on it just to make a change. For now though, let's look into how we can make our hut bigger, because this isn't much good to man or beast, just one square. So what you can do, if you decide that you've built your hut but you want to make it bigger, go over a wall, hold the E key and then hover over demolish till it gets to 0, then left click. What will happen is it will remove the wall and give us back half the resources we used. So you'll see we got 5 thatch, 1 wood, 3 fibre. Alright, well maybe less than half the resources. But that's how you remove... Oops. That's how you remove components so you can then enlarge it. And that is what we are going to do. So let's enlarge it in every direction. So we're going to need then to enlarge it 2, 6, 8 more foundations, because we're going to keep enlarging it, by the way, but 8 more foundations will do us for now. So what we need is all we need to do, because we have the foundations in our quick slot 6, I only need to press the 6 key. And there you go. Well, actually I've got some made already. So let's just place what I've got. So there's one. Oops, that's not the 6 key. Let's place another one. Let's press the 6 key again, because it's in my quick slot. It will automatically make it for me. Okay, let's press 6 again. We can now place it. So let's place it there. Let's make another one. Let's place it there. And another one. Okay. Now, so it's starting to shape up, but let's do it one more wide. Now notice you can craft and move, but you move very slowly. So when you've got a T-Rex biting at your ear, try not to start making foundations. Anyway, so let's now put this... Ah, right, so here we go. Notice here it's not allowing me to place another piece just there. It will let me do it at the very end here. Can I get back up? No, let's walk around. So that's why you have to be careful about choosing flat ground. You see here, it will let me do it just there, but it won't let me put another piece on there. That's because the gap of the ground is sloped down ever so slightly, but enough to ruin my grand plans. But it doesn't matter, because guess what? I left enough room this side. That's why I said to you, always try and place your middle bit in the area where you want to build. So what I'll do is on this side, I will place that there. Let's build 2 more. Okay, it's saying I've run out of materials, so what we will do is grab some more materials, because I did foresee the fact that I was going to run out. Right, I've got plenty of fibre, I've got lots of wood, so have I got how much thatch? Oh yeah, look at this, I was well prepared. Of course it will use more thatch because these are thatch components. Let's grab some more wood. Okay, talking about removing items, if you hold the left shift key and drag and drop, you will grab half of the items. If you hold the shift key and double left click, you will get 5 of the items at a time. If you just simply double left click, you will get the items 1 at a time. So there we are, that's some of the ways. Down here it says Q text overlay. So if you press the Q key, it adds and removes all the text that appears above the items. So there we are, I'm going to keep it on because I like to see what it says, especially when doing a tutorial video. So there we are, and that's different ways that you can grab different amounts. Right, let's see if we can still move. We should be able to. Okay, oops. Right, let's get my torch out because it is cold, and remember the torch does warm you up. Right, let's press number 6 again and make some more and have some more fun building ourselves a squat. Right, okay, so let's put that piece there, let's build another piece, and then we'll have the floor done. Don't worry, I'm not going to go mad on you and build another load of foundations. I'll save that for off camera. But there we are, we've got a nice square base to go with. For this, what we're going to do with this, we are going to remove it. So we're going to go to the door first of all and demolish the door, and then we will remove the door frame. Oops, I always forget and click, so you just got to get used to that. Right, okay, now what we need is walls to go around it. And we would consider 2 entrances and 2 exits, because if we do get attacked one side by a monster we are too strong to defeat, we might decide that we need to escape, in which case we'll always have a way out. The choice is yours, but I want to start getting you thinking about your design options when it comes to buildings. For now, let's just make some walls and add them so it starts to look like an actual home. As rough as it may be, it will still be home. Okay, so as you can see, same again. Let's put a wall there. Let's build another one. Put it there. And another one. Go there. And another one. You see how easy it is to build in ARK. It just is so much fun because it is so simple. You haven't got to mess around. You just simply build the parts and lay the parts, and that's how a good game should be. And ARK really is up there with the top games out at the moment. Right, okay, I'm going to leave the gap there for another door, because like I say, it might be I want to go over there harvesting, so it saves me walking all the way around. Okay, shaping up. Chewing through my resources. As you're going to see eventually, you're going to need to collect lots and lots of resources no matter what you want to do. But it is all fun, especially when you start getting dinosaurs to help you with the loads. Okay, let's start building a second floor, just so I can make sure that I show you that. To add another layer, a second floor, or a second level, just simply move up above the wall that is currently in place, and then you just simply left click, and as you can see, you then build a second level. Okay, but let's get the first level in place before I start getting ahead of myself with second levels. Okay, so that's the ground floor. Let's get a couple of door frames in place. So I believe that was 5. Okay, there's one door frame. Let's build another one. Okay, now we need a couple of doors. Might have to walk closer. There we go. And one more door. And there we go. See, now this is a much better size, I'm sure you agree. I won't bother putting on the second level now because I don't want to test your patience. Instead, I will show you my new squat when in the next episode. I've got my point across. The last thing perhaps I could show you, which I haven't shown you of course, is putting a ceiling on. So let's take a quick look, because we did learn the roof. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Let's make a piece of the roof so I can show you adding the roof. Okay, so let's put the roof in there. Okay, so to add the roof, bring it up on the cursor, hover it next to your final bit of the wall that you're putting in. So in this case I've got to put a second level to all of my wall all the way around for now. I'll just put it next to the second level there and left click, and there we go, the starting of a roof. Well, perhaps I can use this corner for when it rains and keep the rest of it an open plan. What do you think? Yeah, I know I'm silly. Anyway, so there we are. I hope you enjoyed this episode on creating ourselves a rudimentary shelter. We will make ourselves a bed in the next episode. The reason we can't make the bed, let's show you, is because to make a simple bed you need 40 hides. I know it sounds like a lot, but bear in mind the sleeping bag requires 25 hides. And so a bed, as you can see, is totally worth it. A sleeping bag only has one respawn use, whereas a bed has unlimited, so we can keep using the bed. Also, as we build our structures across the island, we can then port to whichever bed we want, but we cannot have any items in our inventory to do that. Anyway, we'll look at making a bed after we've got some hides. I think we need to do a bit of hunting perhaps in the next episode. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Goodbye.